Hi, this is James. I just received the Samsung SmartThings yesterday, and I thought I'd do a quick unboxing video just to show you what it's all about, what's in the box. Really eager to get this set up, but I'm actually travelling at the moment, so you'll have to bear with the shaky camera phone video. I'm actually in a hotel, so I'm going to do the best I can with one hand. So let's take a look at the box to begin with. So firstly, we've got what's in there. So we get the SmartThings hub, we get the SmartSense Motion, SmartSense Multi, SmartSense outlet, Smart Power outlet, and SmartSense Presence. You'll see there's a really sort of clear naming convention there in terms of sensors and other sort of trinkets like actuators, etc. So that's what comes in the box. If we look over the top, we can just see some promotional material about what this can do. Some nice full imagery around the sides, and then we get the blurb at the back, and just telling us a bit more about compatibility with iOS, Android, and then it's got Zigbee and Z-Wave radio. You can see there. Try and get it to focus. So yeah, you can see it actually supports Z-Wave Plus, and that uses Zigbee, so it can also use a more traditional Zigbee radio. Nothing on the problem with one-handed unboxings. Nothing on the bottom except for the website. So let's get to it then. So if I slide this colourful sleeve out the way. That's actually quite awkward. So we're left with the box, and this box really reminds me of the original iPod boxes that used to unfold in two. It's a really well constructed, thick box with a kind of a soft touch feel to it. It's kind of luxurious box. It actually parts open like this. It feels like there's a couple of magnets in here, just holding it shut. And I think there's some magnets in this part here as well. So once you've got the two parts separated, if we come over first to the left hand side, we can see that's the hub itself, and you can see there it's just a white box. We'll take another look at that in a minute. And then inside we've got this greeting that says hello, which is quite cleverly cut out. Take that part out there. We can see the sort of welcome guide and instructions, etc., all in there. And then it comes with a standard, sort of 5-volt power supply. It's not USB. It's odd because it actually states that it's 5 volts at 2 amps. So it seems to me that it would be perfect to just bundle like a tablet charger, but they went with a barrel jack. So there we go. UK adapter, Ethernet cable, and then this sort of struck me to begin with, but it does come with some AA batteries, and you'll see why that is in a minute. So let's take a quick look at the hub itself. So as I said, the hub's quite a nondescript white slab. It has actually got what looks like 3 LEDs there. If I can just get it to focus, there we go. You can see the holes out. I think they're LEDs. I'll know for sure once this is actually fired up when I'm at home. Turning around to the back of the device, we've got the barrel jack for power, 2 USB ports and an Ethernet socket. Not quite sure what the USB ports are for at this point, but I'm sure it'll become clear once we get through the setup. Considering that their goal with this is compatibility with a wide range of home automation products, it kind of makes sense that you've got some way of expanding and plugging all sorts of bits and bobs in there into those ports. If we come under here, we can see that we've got an arrow with a battery icon. Actually, if we just slide the whole base upwards, that's where those 4 batteries go. And looking across the manual, it looks like they're for backup, so it's a battery backup. Oddly, it doesn't charge the device, so it can't take rechargeable batteries, so it's just standard alkalines, and if the power happens to go out at a time when the batteries happen to be dead, I guess you're kind of out of luck. So yeah, the only other thing to note really about this part is that there's no mounting holes. Right, so there is again nowhere to mount this up on the wall, unless they can be drilled, of course, which doesn't sound like a good idea to me, particularly considering how thick it is. And this bottom part is actually like a rubberized sort of material, so I don't think it'd do very well with being drilled. So maybe we'll need to 3D print a bracket if we want it to go sort of vertically on the wall, or maybe even slung under a shelf that way. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Moving back to the other side of the box, if we flip this side open, we can see the actual sensors and actuators. Really nicely put, actually, things. So we're talking about an Internet of Things product here. So, you know, a box full of things kind of ties up. It's really good. So talking through this, and let's start here with the easy one. So this is a UK plug that effectively just acts like a relay switch. You can turn whatever's plugged in on or off through the SmartThings platform. Next up, we've got the presence sensor. So this can be used on a keyring, or on a pet's collar, or in a child's backpack, and basically it can detect when this is in the house versus when it's not in the house. And it doesn't specifically state, although I think it's probably using Bluetooth Smart LE, some sort of, it's probably similar to those sorts of like the lost and found key rings, because you can make this bleep as well. If you've lost your keys somewhere in the house, it can set this off. So saying that, it'd be really cool if it was Zigbee, because I think the range would be a bit better than Bluetooth. So we'll see on that front. Next up, we've got the what I think this is what they call the just a standard motion sensor. It's remarkably small. All these bits are really small, to be honest. But yeah, that just goes up on the wall and does exactly what it says on the tin, which is to detect motion. Finally, what we've got here is what Samsung call the multi-sense. So this device can detect whether a door is open and closed. I'll just swap hands there. You can see, one part goes on your window, one part goes on the door, or sorry, the frame, and it can detect when this is close to it and when it's not. But it can also detect temperature, I believe, and vibration. So if somebody is trying to force their way into the home, or something like that, I guess you can use it for that sort of thing. We've also got in the box a bunch of gubbins to mount these. So you've got the some really nice 3M sticky pads, so it's actually the good quality stuff, and some screws. So this one is for the multi-sense. It's got some nice small screws that you can use for the screwing into your PVC door frames and that sort of thing, if you're into that. I'm not personally a fan of screwing things into my PVC, so I'll be using the sticky pads for that one. Yeah, the motion sensor comes with some raw plugs and some screws. They look like some sort of they're masonry raw plugs. So if you're going into plasterboard, you'll want to use like some butterfly clips or something like that instead. And that's about it. So that's everything that's in the box. You've got all your sensors, and you've got all your parts over here. So I'm really keen to see what we can do with this, especially from a maker's perspective, to see what we can do in terms of plugging in other platforms, and maybe doing some Arduino or particle based gadgets to go around the home with this. So really looking forward to getting it plugged in. Check back for another video probably later this week when I've actually got it plugged in, and let me know if there's anything you want to know specifically about any of these bits and bobs, and I'll do my best to answer any questions. Cheers.